Hey, we're playing a horror dating sim. Also, I sliced my thumb trying to open up a container of ice cream. It was like the plastic ones that I was just pushing down to open the ice cream, and I just sliced inside. You can't even see that, can you? I sliced underneath my nail. I never felt that pain before in my entire life, so that was new to me. Anytime I put any slight pressure on my thumb, it feels like I'm literally dying. So odd. All I wanted was just a little bit of ice cream, bro. Like, that's all I wanted last night. I wanted a little treat. I had my little YouTube on. I just wanted a little snacky snack while I was watching YouTube. And then I went to open the ice cream, and instead I just sliced my thumb. Anyways, whatever. Ignore that horror of life. We're going to play a horror romance. I think there's English. Yes, sir. Yes, I can figure out Spanish options. But yeah, okay. We're good. Return. Oh my gosh, by the way, look at all the characters, dude. Chucky's freaking me out though. I don't like Chucky. Okay, yeah. Let's just play. Before we begin, there are some things I should tell you about myself. Oh, where's my name? Soggy? Should I go Soggy or Sog? I think Sog is like more casual. What's up, I'm Sog. My name is Sog. I'm a she, her. Okay. Is this correct? Yes. I think so. I don't know. Chapter 1, Arrival at Amityville. No! Stay away from me! Come here, you little... Oh. I said get away from me! Don't call me that, what the... I stopped myself from swearing. I'm not gonna do it. But don't call me that, what the heck? I just got here, bro. What the heck? Same dream as always. I doubt I'll ever get to sleep without nightmares. I blink and scratch my eyelids. I gotta remind myself not to sleep on a moving bus. I'm gonna turn that music down in my headphones. I'll edit that for you in post. It's just reading this. The music. I got a headache and maybe a concussion for every time my head's hit the window while sleeping. I search inside my backpack for my phone. I need to know what time it is and check for notifications. Okay, my audio's okay. Sog turns on the phone and sees 2 new messages. The first one is from Mr. Torrance. Sog, please contact me whenever you arrive to Amityville. Everything's set up. If you want, I could come for you. I prefer not owing anything to my landlord just yet. Thanks for caring, but I'll go to the cafe before heading to the apartment. I gotta sort out all the purchase paperwork. Sog slides into the next message from one new waitress, Carrie. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I'll be at the cafe tomorrow by 7 o'clock. Thanks, Carrie. Please don't worry too much, okay? It's just a waitress gig. We'll work on the cafe later. I spent all night inside a bus. Now I gotta get to the cafe, then the new apartment, and then unpack. My body's hurting. I'd kill for a frappuccino right now. The old owner finally retired after signing a never-ending contract to buy a new cafe. I've been behind bars for the last few years, and I've gone through many jobs, saving to finally get my own business. And finally, now that I'm a new owner, I feel overwhelmed. It's a lot of stuff going on at once, you know? Tired of shit, I still have to get home, unpack, eat, and shower. And not to say I gotta be here even earlier tomorrow to set everything up. Fuck. I stopped distracting and grabbed my suitcases and to go home. I choose to get home after a tiring day. I still can't believe I'm here, so far away from my old home, away from Mom, and far away from my stepdad. Just remembering makes me have a stomach ache. Sometimes I wonder if killing him was really worth it. Oh. Ooh. Shit, sun's barely rising. I gotta get up early. I get out of bed questioning my life choices, and after a bit I get up and go to my small kitchen. I open up the fridge, just a few things I got last night to eat. I've got to do some actual grocery shopping. This is cute, from what I can see of this blurry image. Pause for a second. Wait, what's the difference between music and sound? Am I stupid? Is this overall? Or is this overall? Okay, yeah, this is the music. I'm gonna put the music here. Okay, now I can raise my headphones a bit. Voice volume? What voice? Am I crazy? Okay. Return. Okay. I'll make note 6 minutes in, I adjust the volume. Oh, I think it said I took a few slices of cheese or something from the fridge. My bad, I just clicked through that. I quickly eat my food while dressing and rush into the door, shrieking when I find my landlord right in front of me. Oh, it's Jack from The Shining. Good day to you too. Just wanted to check how my new tenant was doing. Creepy guy. I'm fine. How did you know? I didn't. I just came to check up and you opened the door before I knocked. Oh yeah, I understand. Well, to be honest, I'm in a hurry. I've got everything to set up for the cafe's reopening. The old cafe, you bought it? Well, that's a nice surprise. I'm glad you're an entrepreneur. Does it have a new name? Yeah, it's... Oh. We're playing a horror romance. How about... The blood sausage. Oh, I can't drink cafe. How about murder house? How about the murder house? Yeah, it's... Wait, I put the thing, the murder house. Yeah, it's the murder house. That's a nice name. Well, maybe I'll pass through and take a coffee later. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. I'm off now, Mr. Torrance. Gosh, I hope he doesn't... This guy gives me the chills. I finally step into the street before going into the cafe. I have to go to the supermarket and buy a few things I need. As I step away from the apartment, I start to feel something odd. That feeling of being watched. Nevertheless, when I look to my sides in search of a person, I realize there's no one in the street. Maybe my paranoia is back. I quick walk down the street uneasy. Thanks to the GPS, I get to the supermarket. I take everything I need. Milk, almond milk, vanilla, cocoa, etc. And a treat for myself, a chocolate bar. I get out of the market with my shopping items, realizing the sun is slowly rising above the horizon. Thanks to being distracted, I didn't notice someone in front of me and bump into what feels like a brick wall. When I look up, I see a really big guy using a weird and worn out hockey mask. I feel shivers down my spine while seeing him. Hi, Jason. He doesn't say anything, just stares. After a bit, I realize he's not looking at me but the chocolate bar in my hand. Oh, I get it. He wants some. You want some chocolate? I left my bags on the floor. I get up with both my hands and I break the chocolate bar into two. Here, sharing won't kill me. Not yet. The guy tilts his head, looking at the chocolate for a few seconds. He accepts and proceeds to move his hands in a paused and gentle manner. I'm surprised when I notice he's mute, and quickly realize what he's saying is sign language. I then move my hand to answer, "You're welcome." One of the many things I learned in prison, thanks to the free time. Now I'm glad I learned it in a way. Finally, I grab my things and I leave the big guy behind. Did that save us? Like if giving him the chocolate kept us alive for one extra day. I get to the cafe and find someone at the doorstep. For her appearance, I knew it. She was my new waitress, Carrie. Oh, from Carrie. Okay. This game's cool. I like it. Oh, you must be Sog. I'm sorry. I got here too early. Should I come back later or... Don't worry. Actually, it's quite convenient. I have to set everything up and cleaning was going to take a long time. Could you take care of that? Yeah, right away. That sound effect was so loud. Okay, I'm not gonna adjust every little... I'm not doing... It's just, what is this? The sound? I'm gonna put it here. Carrie quickly stepped inside as I opened the door. I told her where the cleaning tools were while I went behind the bar setting the groceries up. I grind the coffee, put the cream inside the sleeve, and set up the cups in an accessible place. I place all the pastries and desserts on the shelf next to the counter. And when I'm done, I was in front of an impeccable cafe. Carrie even placed the tablecloths on each table. Weird, did we have any of those? Wow, Carrie, what a quick worker, thank you. I guess we can open up early. It was nothing, I'm a good cleaner, I'll change. Carrie went behind the bar and put on her apron. Meanwhile, I hang up the open sign. I had already put the advertisement in the newspaper alongside a coupon, and I had the advantage of the cafe being right in front of a park. I come back to the bar, approaching Carrie. While we wait, I want to explain to her how we use an espresso machine. Have you ever tried one of these? Sorry, I haven't. I've never had something like that. She almost had a heart attack when she said no. I just nodded. Easy, you don't have to worry about not knowing. It's okay. Not everyone knows about this. Let me explain. I taught Carrie the basics about coffee. Fill with water, put the coffee on the portafilter, and I showed her how to level up the coffee. Then I put the portafilter back and finally started the machine. Voila. Oh. It's very similar to French here. Just like that. Whoa, I thought it'd be harder. Was that written in Spanish or was that a phonetic pronunciation of voila? Am I stupid? Don't tell me I'm stupid in the comments, but also answer the question. Whoa, I thought it'd be harder. The machine won't be a problem. What will be hard is the service itself. Serving coffee can be easy, but it's got its tricks. Now, memorize the menu. Memorize the menu. Memorize the menu. Too many M's. Don't put too many M's. Now, memorize the menu and the ingredients. Memorize the menu. Clients arrived. People arrived. So I tell Carrie to bring them the coffee once it's done. I get closer to the bar, noticing a dark-haired tall man. His most noteworthy feature being a metallic hand. Welcome to the Murder House Cafe. What can I offer you? Ah, look at that. The all shitholes reopened. And with a hottie serving too. Last owner looked like he got a stick up his ass. The man laughed. I don't know if I should laugh or raise an eyebrow. I didn't get to know him much. I only do coffee. That's all I'm expecting. Well, give me an Americano with whiskey. We don't have that in our menu. Come on, you can't have a good coffee without whiskey. I ain't a pussy. You don't have a good bottle in there? I'm gonna give him the alcoholic Americano if that keeps me alive for one extra day. We live in a world where there's just serial killers walking about in this realm that we are in. So I'm gonna play along for now, okay? You might say, wow, that terrible decision. You know, you shouldn't do that. That's against the law. You need to have an alcohol license to serve or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We're in the murder house. You're in my store. I stare for a few seconds and sigh. I look at both sides before gesturing for him to wait. He curiously looks at me while I take care of the Americano. When I'm done, I take the cup and go to the storage room. There, I open a box with my stuff. One of my faves, Jack Daniels. Sometimes, on rough days, I drink half the bottle and drown in tears until passing out. Now I'm just pouring it in a coffee, measuring the quantity so it adds taste without going too far. I walk back to the counter and handed the man his coffee. There you go, a cup of Americano without anything added because we don't have permission to serve alcohol. The man looked at me, slightly doubtful before looking at the cup. Finally, he takes it, drinks it, smiling with satisfaction. Perfect. Now I know where to come for Americano without anything added. He laughed, quite pleased. I guess I'm still a little weak to whims. Either that or the guy just looked like an uncle who just wanted a drink. Here you go, doll face. Your pay and your tip. He takes my hand and puts something in it besides the pay, closing it. It's for good luck, trust me. I wouldn't want anything happening to my new favorite barista. This town's weird and quite dangerous, so watch your back. He pats my hand, walks away with his cup of coffee, humming a tune. I look at the strange man walk away. His eyes redirect themselves to my still closed hand, doubtful. When I open it, I find the freakiest shit I've seen in years. It was a fucking dry, severed finger. I was unable to tell if it was real or fake. I look at the door without knowing what the hell all that was about. I hear Carrie approaching me, so I hurry, put the finger in my pocket and the money on the register. Our first client, how much was it? I noticed some childish happiness coming from her and couldn't help but smile. An amazing $125 and a severed finger. I love that. Also, is my camera? Okay, my camera's good. Okay. She noticed I was kidding and laughed shyly. Good enough to retire, right? I laugh, realizing the joke's still ongoing. At the exact moment, I noticed an abrupt change in Carrie's attitude when the bell chimes once again. Before looking at the door, I look at Carrie's face. At first, she was surprised to see who entered. Then her face changed into discomfort. Oh no, it's her. It's who? I turn around and look at the door to see who it was. While I heard Carrie running away into the storage room, I see a blonde young girl dressed in fancy branded clothing. She got quite the unfriendly face. Her nose was wrinkled, almost as if she smelled something awful. Chanel. Ugh, another stupid town cafe. Beg your pardon? Pardon. I want a foam-free Trenta latte, 5 decaffeinated shots, pumpkin essence, and no foam, 208 Fahrenheit. I blink. Not getting this kid's attitude, I immediately realize this is one of those rich and entitled kids. Great, my favorite kind of people to talk to. It's dangerous to serve coffee that hot. You could get burnt. I'm sorry, are you deaf? I didn't ask for advice. I asked for a coffee. Don't question and do your damn job. I take a deep breath and grit my teeth. I mean, I don't know what will happen if I don't. Like, will she kill me? Okay. Can I? What will happen if I just say no? I'm sorry, we don't have that on the menu. It's irresponsible to make a coffee at the temperature. I mean, I made a fucking whiskey Americano for a guy who also threatened me. But I think I'm only doing this because she's making Carrie uncomfortable. I don't know. I know, so far Carrie is just a sweetheart, and now she's scared because it's probably a bully to her. What? How can you not have a Trenta latte? What kind of rundown cafe is this? We just opened, we don't have pumpkin essence. I don't know when we could get it. What a tragedy. Actually, the pumpkin essence is right below the counter. Unopened, I refuse to make her a coffee. Life showed me that things are asked with respect and education. We just made a whiskey Americano for a guy who gave us a severed finger. We're only doing this because it's for Carrie. And the rich girls got none of them. You're doing it on purpose. Do you know who I am? I'm Chanel Oberlin. My dad's the mayor. I'll make your fucking excuse of a cafe shut down. You'll end up on the street. They can shut down my cafe for not having pumpkin essence? She pierces my soul with her eyes. She doesn't appreciate my tone at all, but I just smile. Think you're so smart, huh? I'll make you regret this. She turns around, almost hitting me with her blonde hair, and walks away. Her angered heels hit the floor with each step, making her presence known. Thank you for visiting. Come back soon. I'm so sorry, Chanel scares me to death. I hid in the storage room. Don't worry, I can see why. I saw everything. Well, almost everything. You're so brave. She says with admiration. I shrug it off, not taking note of it. When you've been in prison and lived with what I lived, it makes more than a whimsy entitled blondie to scare you. People can only intimidate you if you let them, Carrie. I mean, we may... I'm gonna keep bringing up the Americano whiskey. Now come, we gotta organize some stuff back here. We didn't get many more customers, just a few, but at least Carrie and I haven't been lazy, and most of the storage room is fully organized now. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, it's been a busy first day. Now we just gotta take the tables back in and close. I asked Carrie to please turn the sign from open to close, and she does. She comes back with me to arrange the chairs until she remembers she left her bag in the storage room, going back for it. When I think the first day is over, I hear the door opening and the bell chiming. Someone entered the cafe. That's just my luck. Here's Chucky. I'm so lucky. I got here just in time. A hot caramel macchiato with double vanilla. And don't go too small with the caramel. I raise an eyebrow looking at him. Short, red-haired boy with scars on his face. This town's sure full of interesting people. He kind of looks like a doll, or is that just my imagination? He leaned on the counter and is now waiting for me to move. He doesn't seem too embarrassed to arrive at the last second to buy a coffee. Sorry, but we're closed already. Isn't he a bit too small to consume caffeine? Oh, my bad. Didn't see the sign. You're gonna serve me anyway, though, right? Client's always right. Make his coffee. He's threatening. He's gonna kill me. I mean, so is the blonde woman. So is Chanel. She's gonna kill me. Isn't she from Scream Queens? Is that who she is? I sigh and go to the bar. And it's not that I think the client's always right, but after such a hard day, I don't want more trouble. Now I get why the last owner was so bitter. Making the caramel macchiato took less than I thought, with the boy's indications. It looks like he isn't taking his eye off of me while I'm preparing the drink, like he's making sure just how he wants it. Place the coffee in front of him on the bar. His mouth changes into a big grin without looking away from me. His huge blue eyes piercing my soul. At least it seems like he likes what he sees, whatever it is he's seeing. Here you go. The redhead takes the glass and sips. A few seconds later, he nods, pleased. I feel the sugar kicking in already. Ideal for a long night. He laughs in a quite unique manner, winking at me and handing the exact amount of money. He continues drinking the coffee without moving at all, like he owns the place, and time doesn't matter. Excuse me, we're closing, as I was saying. Oh yeah, right. I get your hint. Don't be so grumpy or you'll grow wrinkles. It'd be a shame to ruin such a pretty face. Get out my cafe. Get out of here. How do I block? Well, he didn't get a paper glass hint. Wait, is the little guy flirting with me? I don't want him to. I don't want him. No, give me Jason or someone else. Anyone but you. I'm left speechless for a few seconds, which he uses to turn around and walk to the door without any worries. I found my bag and go. Why do you seem so tired all of a sudden? I scratch my eyelids. It probably look like shit, which is exactly how I feel at the moment. Forget it, let's go. I'm walking back home after closing up the cafe with Carrie. The girl is really sweet, but I think she lacks courage. She reminds me of myself when I was younger. Maybe, on the inside, I'm a bit jealous of her innocence. Although I'm distracted, my senses are still keen. I can't stop feeling like someone's looking at me from the back. Is my paranoia back? No, it's not my imagination. I'm hearing footsteps. I don't want to go home with someone following. They'll know where I live and it can only get worse from there. Why is everything happening today? I can't stand it. I'm at my goddamn limit. Although my common sense tells me I should run away, I stop walking and look behind me. As I thought, there's no one there. But after hearing someone walking behind me, I'm certain I'm not alone. I already heard you, so come out of hiding already. Stop fooling around. There is a certain movement from inside the shadows. A tall, slender silhouette. Slender Man? Gets closer and I tense up. I really wanted to believe it was just my imagination, but... Wow, I didn't expect you to notice my presence. Most never do if I don't want to, you know? The silhouette gets closer to the light between us, which reveals a man in a dark leather jacket, black pants, and a mask covering his face. Gotta admit, this is the first time it happens, but there's always a first time. Technically, you just took my stalking virginity. I stay quiet. I already had a bad day. Today with Chanel and that weird doll, and having an encounter with a masked freak was only making it worse. I don't know what you want, but I'm not in the mood. Please leave me alone. I wish it was that easy. The masked man makes a theatrical gesture, placing one hand on his chest and the other facing me. But sadly for you, catching me by surprise has caught my attention, so no, I won't leave you alone. My eye twitches. I'm definitely about to lose my patience, the little sanity I have left, and everything else. Although I can leave you for the moment in exchange for one simple question. Okay. What's the question? I sigh while pinching the bridge of my nose. I really want to go back home as soon as possible, so I better just play along. All right, you win. Ask me whatever you want. Great, I'm glad you cooperate. All right, the question is, what is your favorite horror movie? Just that? The freaks want to know my favorite horror movie? I think about it before answering, but the answer is easy. Oh, okay. Let me save here. What happens if I say... None. I don't like horror movies. They're a waste of time. Something changes in the air immediately. The stranger in front of me isn't playful anymore. Yet he still keeps a sadistic comedic air, which I'm not part of. Wrong answer. I'm so sorry. Before reacting, a silvery shine blinds my eyes. I can't even dodge him before he starts running towards me at high speed and... Okay, first death. First death. Okay, wait. Let's try this again. Oh, a lot of patrons. That's really cool. Okay, let's load. Okay, I'm gonna say Saw. Saw, the one with the jigsaw doll. I watched it when I'm bored. The masked man starts to laugh like he's been told a joke. What a sadist. Alright, you're okay for now. I also like it. He says goodbye, still cackling. The last thing I see before he turns around is him winking at me. Wait, how did a mask wink at me? I don't know. You're imagining it, you're hallucinating. I pretend to forget about it. I better just go home before stumbling with another freak asking me what's my favorite Disney movie or some shit. I keep on walking, trying not to think too much about what just happened. I'm so done with today that I just want to go home, refresh myself with a shower and sleep. I stop walking when I see a big figure obstructing the apartment building's door. The uneasy feeling returns. Please no more freaks. Either way, when I realize he's smoking right beside my window, the doubt turns into anger. If I was already having a shit day, this was truly gonna make me snap. Seems like the man realized my expression changed. He stopped inhaling the smoke. Oh, it's Michael. Okay. This could kill me too. Ask for, can you smoke somewhere else? The window's beside mine and it gets into my living room. I don't like the scent of tobacco. To be honest, I wasn't kind in the slightest, but who could blame me? The last thing I need is going into my apartment and smelling someone's smoke. He doesn't answer, but he does put out the cigarette against the sole of his heavy boots. He adjusts his masks and wait, why does he wear a mask? This is definitely the weirdest encounter I've had today. Oh, I'm alive. He didn't kill me after I just complained. My door opens with a click and I enter the apartment. Leaning my back on the door to close it, I sigh, relaxing. Finally at home. I'm hungry, but I don't have enough energy to prepare something to eat. I go to the kitchen and grab some cookies I bought, heading to my room and throwing myself on the bed. I feel heavier as the tension leaves my body, relaxing every muscle. What an absurdly stressful day. What kind of madmen live around here? It's like a cheap movie. Wouldn't you know? I got some news for you. I eat some cookies, fall asleep as soon as I take my pants off in bed. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I open my eyes, looking around startled. I can't recognize where I am, but it's cold. I hear strange metallic sounds from a place out of view. I get up from the ground, scanning my surroundings. I must be dreaming. I start to walk around the place. I feel cold, rusty metal under my feet. This feels too real. I start to doubt if this is actually a dream. Maybe it's not a dream after all. I can hear a small girl humming in the distance. I feel shivers down my spine, but I don't feel the fear I should. I search for the voice's origin, but can't seem to find it. Instead, now I'm hearing a deep, raspy laugh. The cackling feels closer. No, this is a dream. I know it is. I can't just suddenly appear somewhere so horrifying. I can hear footsteps getting closer and the scraping of two metal objects growing closer. Okay, I'm gonna save here. Defend myself? Get out of my dream. I scream, more angry than scared. I turn around to see where the noise was coming from. I managed to see a silhouette in the darkness. It's wearing a hat and a glove with a sharp blade at the end of each finger. He stops his feet when hearing my voice. By the way his head is tilted, he seems confused. What? Oh my god. How do I live? Did I make the wrong choice? I'm going to die. The sound of heavy breathing startles my body forward and makes me sit. It's the neighbor. It was that neighbor. He looks at me with a strange mask, just like before in front of the building. Looking down, I saw something that made my blood run cold. He had a knife on his hand, and a shiny blade was the last thing I ever saw before being swallowed by darkness. Okay. So... I died. Okay, let's try that again. Don't tell him to go somewhere else. Okay? We're gonna be nice. Okay? We have to be very nice to these people or else they're gonna kill us. This is a horror. There's no romance. There's no romance. It's just horror. It's a survival horror. Who are you? The stranger adjusts the mask he's wearing, the cigarette in his hand still lit. The message is clear. He doesn't want to talk. Rude. I should have told him to stick the cigarette up his Michael. Unexpectedly, he finally spoke. I remain silent, waiting to see if he keeps talking, but since he doesn't open his mouth, I'm in charge of carrying the conversation. Do you live around here? I moved in the morning, so I don't know many people. He takes his sweet time answering, but he does nevertheless. He raises his hand and points with his thumb to the building that I'm trying to get in. I live right here. Michael, I've been looking for you. A dirty blonde-haired girl opens the door and grabs him by the arm. It made me realize how muscular this guy is. The girl looks up at me surprised. Oh, sorry, did my brother scare you? Well, at least there's one normal person in the family. Don't worry, we were chatting. Michael spoke to you? That's new. I don't want to cause a bad impression saying otherwise, so I just nodded in response. May have stood out to him. You're new, right? We don't really get many new neighbors around here. Name's Lori, by the way. That's right. I got here this morning. My name's Sog. It's a pleasure. Is it? Likewise, you're sweet, but we're in a bit of a hurry. I'll see you later around here. Don't hesitate to ask if you're out of salt. Her tone lets me know that she's just joking in a friendly way, so I laugh and wave them goodbye. I choose to ignore the fact that Lori practically had to drag Michael upstairs once we got inside. I won't ask why he's got a janitor's suit or a mask. I'll just pretend it's totally normal. Okay. Now we are alive. We are alive. We made it. We made it. How do we get through the day? My door opens with a click. I enter the apartment, leaning my back on the door to close it. I sigh, relaxing. Finally at home. I'm hungry, but I don't have enough energy to prepare something. Okay, same thing as before. Okay. And then we fall asleep. Okay. And I think the correct thing was to defend myself, but I'm just gonna save again in case. Okay, well, I die here, so. Okay, so this is the correct one. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is, I think this is the correct one. 'Cause he didn't kill me. It was the other guy who killed me. He stops his feet when hearing my voice. By the way his head tilted, he seems confused. Okay. So we live. I managed to startle myself up. Cold sweat running down my face. I look at the ceiling and let out a deep sigh. A groan leaves my mouth as I pinch the bridge of my nose. This day can't get any weirder. I try to sleep again, shifting positions. Okay, we're alive. We are alive. We made it to chapter 2. We are alive. We're gonna hold on this win, because it's only gonna go downhill from here. I wake up even more tired than yesterday. After the nightmare, sleeping had become a challenge, and anxiety turned sleeping into a whole effort. I've had that. I get sleep paralysis. If I nap. It's bad. This way, it's really hard for me to nap. But sometimes I'm really lucky and like I get a really good nap in, like 15 to 30 minutes. But there are some times where I nap and I get sleep paralysis, and it's the most horrifying experience ever. But sometimes you're just so tired. So it's like, it's a battle. It's like one is gonna win. It's a roll of the dice for me. But it doesn't happen that much frequently anymore. But a few years ago, it was like it was a struggle for me. But I'm good now. I'm good. Other than my thumb that I sliced yesterday. The sun was peeking through the horizon, but I didn't want to drag on the bedtime anymore. It wasn't doing anything for me either way. I get up to walk around into my little kitchen. I leave the coffee machine to do its thing while I make breakfast. I need some sort of sound that dragged me away from my own thoughts for a while. So I take the remote and turn on the TV. Following the investigation into the growing drug trafficking in AmityVille, the mayor announces that he's doing everything possible to locate and dismantle the drug trafficking ring. At least I know where to look for a job if the cafe doesn't work. I change the channel. The news are not the best way to calm anxiety. I zap between channels until I find a criminology series. Maybe not the best moment to watch something like this, but it manages to calm me down. Going back to breakfast, I start making some eggs with bacon and toast. Ooh, yummy, I want some of that. After the toast is done, I pour a cup of coffee and sit down to eat, distracting myself thinking about what needs to be organized for the cafe today. When I'm done eating, I take a shower and dress myself, grooming my hair properly for the day, and when I'm ready, the sun's already out and it's just time to go to work. As I get out of the house, I have to thank the guy upstairs for giving me a casual encounter with someone that's not Mr. Torrance. I managed to see my strange and enigmatic why is it so hard for me to... English is my first language. That might surprise a lot of you. You're all shocked. You're like, what? Really? It's true. Enigmatic neighbor. Watering the plants in the building, he turns to look at me and I can see his penetrating gaze under the darkness of his mask. Oh, good morning, Michael Wright. He doesn't say anything. He just looks at me and goes back to what he was doing, but he doesn't take his eyes off of me. Have a good day. I took refuge in simple cordiality. Cordiality. Look, I think I get a pass. I sliced my finger yesterday. I think I get a pass. Please be nice to me in the comments. I get a pass for this. And I headed down the street, noticing that he nodded to me as I passed by. I walk around the city going to the supermarket before going to the cafe for last minute supplies. It doesn't take me long, so I head to the cafe, which... Luckily for me, is near the supermarket. When I arrive, Carrie's at the door waiting. Remind me to give you punctuality bonus. You don't have to worry about that. The pay's enough for me. I chuckle as I head to open the door and enter the cafe to finally start today's shift. Yeah, when I was in high school and I was working at McDonald's, I thought I was rich. But then I would spend all that money on like microtransactions on like Black Desert Online or like what was the other one? DD Tank and what's the other one? Maple Story. There was a what? Terra. I was rich from McDonald's, but all that money went to video games. That's it. That's all that went to. I think about that a lot. I'm heading to the warehouse to get everything ready. Look at the tables while I'll take care of the coffee. Right away. I take out some bags of coffee and put them in a basket along with spices and milk. I go to the counter to turn on the coffee makers and the blender and notice that everything is ready before I know it. Carrie has already finished with the tables. Alrighty, shit, you're more agile and faster than you look. It's one thing I'm good at. By the way, you've got more dark circles under your eyes. Did you sleep well? To be honest, I haven't slept well for years, but I'm still functional. That's what matters. I know what it's like. But I've learned ways to sleep well despite everything. I'll tell you whenever you want. Answer her goodwill with a smile. Carrie feels like a breath of fresh air in my life, so sweet and genuine. I mean, she really is. Carrie is probably one of the most, like, I feel like normal characters because, like, despite, like, her being known as a villain, because obviously she did, like, do some revenge, but it was only because she was like heavily abused by her mother, and then like she was in a shitty situation at home and at school, so she has like all this trauma. So she does a massive revenge near the end of the book or whatever. If you haven't read Carrie or watched Carrie, you probably should. But like if she never had, like, if she just needs like a good, better environment, that never would have happened. Like the other villains, like the fucking Scream guy, that's a serial killer. That's a guy who just wants to kill for fun. Carrie is just like a kid. Carrie's just a kid. You just gotta be nice to her. Like, versus the other like serial killers, she's literally just like a if I'm misremembering some shit, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I feel like Carrie just needs love. Versus like the other guys who are just like, oh, I love being evil. I'm just evil because, you know? Okay, you can tell me when we're closing. We're all set up for now. Put up the sign so customers can come in. Carrie is going to open the cafe and take care of everything behind the counter. Soon some customers come for their coffee and I start to focus on the simple tasks. Prepare, mix, heat, and serve. It repeats in my head like a mantra that relaxes me for a while until a small figure surprises me. Oh, it's you. I hate Chucky. I'm sorry. I hate Chucky. Chucky always freaked me out. As a child, Chucky just freaked me the hell out. Like, something about Chucky I just hate. I can't stand. He's the one killer I just like, I just don't like you. Sorry for all the Chuck heads out there seeing me say this. I'm sorry for all the Chuck heads, but I can't. Today Whoa! That was a misquote. Today I came right on time. This again. That's something, I guess. Welcome. What would you like? Same as yesterday and quick, darling. Don't call me darling. See? You already pissed me off. Like, don't call me that. Don't call me darling. I let out a sigh and went to make the coffee like he asked for yesterday. Caramel macchiato. I grimaced at the amount of sugar in it and just decided to hand him his drink without saying anything else. Drink for Charlie? It's Chucky. Who the fuck's called Chucky? Yeah, I would say that. I would. Who the fuck's called Sog? Hey, what the fuck? You can't do that to me. I did that to you. You can't. No. He almost snatched the glass from my hand and he didn't reach it. I controlled myself from laughing and handed him the glass. He just took it irritated. However, when he took a sip, all that annoyance seemed to leave his face. My favorite. You prepared it very well. You'll make me come here more often. Tipping is handed in cash, not flirtatious attempts. Your loss. No, I'm not losing anything. I'm sorry. There's nothing I lost. What do you mean, your loss? Honestly, life would be great without you. Like, I watched a short step. I don't know if anyone watching this knows why I'm laughing, but this is ball knowledge. But that the short stack is just making me think of the whole Vosh thing. If you know, you know. If you don't know, that's okay. Probably better for your life if you don't know. I watched the short stack drink his coffee and sit down in the armchairs at the back. I sighed, watched Carrie walk past him confused. She is so baffled that she ends up approaching me again. Why is there a good guy doll drinking coffee? A what now? A good guy, very popular in the 90s. They released a new line, more technological and bigger, you know, modernized. I hadn't noticed until Carrie mentioned it. He was a fucking doll, indeed. I noticed his hands and he's so inconspicuous because he's so well made, but he has small, youthful proportions. I was already wondering how he was holding a cup with both hands. You know what? At this point, I don't want to know anything. Just ignore it. Okay. I'm sorry, Carrie. My character is going through it. Carrie has no idea. I choose to ignore the doll. Maybe it's just someone playing with it. or it's really well-made costumes, something silly like that. I don't need to focus on that right now. I focus on work and I get an order for almond milk, but I quickly notice that it's already gone. I need to go find more in the warehouse. I don't think about it much. After making sure Carrie is taking care of the rest of the customers, I head to the back. I go to the shelf to get milk among the other products. I try to stretch to reach up, but someone grabs it. I'm scared to death when I see a hand with sharp claws holding milk and offering it. Looking down, I see a horribly burned face, but with very striking features. They yassified him. I jump back in fright, noticing the figure in front of me. Who are you? This place is for employees only. Oh, so now you're scared? Hey, did you hear me, sir? Back off or I'll call the police. I'd love to see you try that. I see him examining the milk. Sog, right? You don't seem like anything special, so why can't I kill you? What? Yeah, last night in the fucking dream, you weren't scared at all. You even kicked me out of your dream. I process everything he tells me, but it just seems impossible. My dream? Was this guy from the dream? Well, he has a similar silhouette, however, it didn't make any sense. Yep, definitely went nuts now. I ended up grabbing the carton of milk from his hand and walking back to the door. If I ignore him, he'll go away. Just an illusion. I'm hallucinating again, that's all it is. I go up to the bar and focus on making coffee. I keep repeating the same thing to myself over and over again. It's a hallucination. First a doll and now him. It's a strange day and it's not even noon. Some manners you have. Weren't you taught not to leave others talking to themselves? Oh, shit. I jump in fright, almost spill the coffee, but I save it. I finish preparing it, controlling the shaking of my hands due to the small anxiety attack that grips my breathing. Okay, order ready. You can't just ignore me forever, you know that, right? I can literally haunt your dreams. Wouldn't be the first one, I assure you. He doesn't seem to be taking it any better. He opens his mouth to answer me, but the customer who comes in for his drink is the one who speaks to him. Can they see him too? Wow, your makeup is great. It's so realistic. It's great cosplay. You can't just assume. Oh god. Yeah, whatever. Get lost, moron. He looks like the one from that legend, the one about the dream guy. Customers leave, chatting, intrigued by the man in front of me. If they can see him, he's not a figment of my imagination. Is he real then? I should stop ignoring him. Who are you? Freddy Krueger. Known for the nightmares, but let's just say it didn't turn out too well. So you're like a dream entity? A sleep paralysis demon? Something like that. I've explained it too many times already and it's so annoying. Stick with that explanation. Shit, the city can't be any weirder. If you want to kill me, why don't you do it now? First off, it's not just like that. This is art, you little shit. My art. Second, I don't have that much strength and freedom in the earthly world, so I can't. But that's where the issue comes in. You were my victim last night and I couldn't kill you. Why? Because you were in love with me? Simple. Silly? What? What do I know? You're the expert. I complained as I was returning to work while serving another order. I saw some girls admiring Freddy's makeup. Wow, your appearance is brutal. I didn't know this cafe was horror themed. It's called the Murder House, bro. I listen to them chatter and roll my eyes. These days, young people want to fuck everything. Yep. I continue to ignore Freddy and focus on serving the meals, but I notice more orders start to come in. More and more, everyone talks to and about Freddy. He started to continue with the lie of the costume explaining how he did it. What a showman he is. I notice more people joining in to listen to him, but a group also sits down with Chucky. Apparently, he only jokes with insults and people laugh, amused. Do people like this? Well, the adrenaline is now a good draw. Maybe I could talk to them and... No, I have to be out of my mind to have those two working for me. A pseudo dream demon and whatever Chucky is. It's crazy. Just when I'm about to give up on my idea, the plastic princess walks into my cafe. You better make my coffee right today without any complaints. If you don't like it, you always can go to another coffee shop. Honey, with my influence and money, you should pray for me to make it to become a regular. Otherwise, you would never be able to. Ugh, what an ugly creep. Just as ugly as you, but your ugliness comes from inside, Blondie. Excuse me, do you know who I am? You medium rare beef? Don't know. Okay. In town, just the older ones. Maybe I know your mother. You did not just say that, and you... She points at me with her index finger wrapped in a nylon glove. If you don't kick this old creep out, I swear I'll never set foot in here again. She turns around and clicks her huge heels against the floor as she walks away. Maybe having those two in here is a perfect solution to all my problems. What a nightmare it must be to live in your skin. You put up with people like that on a daily basis? I make a coffee quickly and quietly to serve it to Freddy. Look, I don't really have an answer to the question you asked me earlier. I'm just trying to make a living, but maybe we can figure it out together. You want us to find out how I can kill you? It goes deeper than that. Just sit back and wait for me to free up. I'll explain. Freddy grabbed the coffee and tried it. He gave me a thumbs up and decided to go sit down. I'll give you a chance, but only because you make an excellent coffee. I let him go and go to work. The orders kept coming. Even Carrie had to help me. Chucky and Freddy didn't leave. They seemed pleased with the attention and scaring a few people. I took charge of collecting the money and making sure the coffees kept coming to the customers. By the time I realized, it was already time to close. There was a nice twilight on the horizon. I closed the doors and took 2 pastries, serving them both. Just warning you, if they're poison, you're adding more flavor. Rat poison don't work on me. No, nothing like that. You brought customers in. It's a thank you gift. Oh, then I'll accept it. I never say no to free candy. Then he puts the cake in his mouth, savoring it. At least I know he likes my baking. I've been checking out how you've been around today and the attention you've drawn to the cafe. Actually, I have a proposition for you. They both fixed their attention on me. I'm offering you two a job. They both started laughing out loud. I sighed, rolling my eyes, but let them finish without moving from there. This is cute art, though. I like it. You want us to work for a salary in your mediocre cafe? Why am I having a hard time saying very simple words? In your mediocre cafe? Oh, please, sweetheart. That's the stupidest thing I've heard in years. Yeah, I don't care about charity for the disabled. Unlike the old nutsack, I do have my body and my... Okay. You gotta realize... See, I hate you. And what is this? What is this comment? See? Do you see why I hate this? I want nothing of you. Wouldn't put in that, Dolly. Just why did you come up with such a crazy idea? I never had so many customers before. I guess the dark appearance of the cafe and your presence made people think you were part of the themed cafe. It's just that I'm adorable and they can't help but adore my pretty face. They were looking at me when they came in. The point is, I need this. I don't care if you say no. Seems you made your choice. Look, maybe I can help you, but tell me, why are you doing this? I already told you that I wanted to kill you, so why keep me by your side? I want stability before I find love. Disgusting amounts of money. Okay. What is this? This is such a random... Because at no point was there any established, like, romance throughout this whole thing yet. This is so random to say. Because you're just offering them a job. They just met you. I'm gonna say it though. Someday I want to get married, but while I wait, I want to be okay. And I want to live quietly before I find my special person. That's why I want my business to prosper. I knew that buying the cafe would bring me more debt than profit, but I found a solution, and that is to hire you to attract customers. You're the ace up my sleeve. Both characters looked at me, holding back their laughter, but it wasn't long before they began to fill the cafe with their annoying laughter again. I sighed, stroking the bridge of my nose again. I was beginning to regret it. I think it's a very nice wish, Sog. Don't worry, we'll make this work no matter what. Thanks, Carrie. At least I can count on her. I don't know if working at a cafe is something I've always dreamed of, but I still want to know what happened last night. I'll stay and help you. Who knows, maybe I'll have fun in the process. Don't know if that's a good sign, but I'm going to ignore it. What do you think? I watched Chucky eating his muffin without paying much attention. I'll pass. It sounds like a load of crap. I won't work for minimum wage. Actually, I was planning to pay you just for insulting the customers. Now that's something completely different. I'm interested. Okay, now that everything is settled, you can go. I have several people in mind who can also work here. Come back tomorrow and we can get started right away. See you tomorrow, sweetie. You might want to have more sweets and desserts when I get back. Both figures stood up and walked away, talking about something or arguing. I really didn't pay any more attention to them. So that crazy comment worked somehow. That's interesting. Are you sure about this? They don't look very trustworthy. No, they're not. They're not. They are not. Carrie is the smart one here. You afraid of them? Rightfully. What do you mean? Why am I asked? Bro. Why is... Carrie is a child and she already knows that shit is weird. This is a high schooler and she was already like, hey, how are you not scared of these people? like I know my character has been to prison, but like you gotta know that like some shit is weird. You afraid of them? No, not really. I've got my ways of taking care of myself. What about you? Me too, Carrie. Don't worry about me. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Go home, get rest, see you tomorrow. Carrie doesn't look convinced. However, she thinks for a few seconds and smiles, finally nodding and taking her things to leave. Yeah, Carrie can take care of herself. She has the powers too. You better read Carrie. I, on the other hand, go out with the sun sitting on the horizon. There is still daylight, so I should hurry. My experience in Talon has shown me that it's not safe to stay after dark. Along the way, I think about the people I've met in this strange city. Freddy and Chucky will do a good job, but they can't do it alone. I have some very curious neighbors, to be honest. Some of them could be useful. Michael looks scary. Maybe it would be a good idea to talk to him about the cafe. I can't think of anyone better. However, Jack, my landlord, worries me more. For some reason, I don't understand yet. Can we ask our landlord to work for us? That's... What? What? Okay. I'll have to avoid talking to him unless strictly necessary. Sadly, night fell quickly. I entered the building looking for Michael's apartment. I remember that his sister Lori told me where to look for her. I clear my throat for courage and knock on the door with my knuckles. I wait for someone to come, then I hear heavy footsteps and the door opens. Michael's enormous figure stands in front of me. His intimidating pose with arms crossed. He seems to be waiting for me to say something. Oh, howdy, neighbor. Oh my gosh. I struggle to speak for a moment. His gaze buries into me like knives with an intimidating presence. I came here because, well, I'm looking for people with a special profile for my cafe. A striking profile? Shit, I don't even know what I'm saying. It doesn't move an inch. Does this guy even breathe? Well, if only you're interested, I need staff. Staff? Are you offering my brother a job? I'm starting to regret it. I think I'm annoying them. His sister has a similar presence to him. What an intimidating pair. It's just an idea. I don't want to be invasive. Are you kidding? That's great news. Do you know how hard it is for him to get a job? Michael is a great handyman. He'll help you with whatever you need. I haven't said yes yet. I'm amazed when I hear him speak. He does it so little that I forget he can do it. Are you serious? You gotta stop working for Mr. Torrance. How much to pay? I tell him the details of the schedule, pay, and duties. Michael seems more interested in now that he's informed. That sounds like a good idea. Come on, Michael. She'll pay you more than Mr. Torrance in 2 weeks. Fine. Great. Oh, your first serious job. Amazing. Thank you so much, dog. Thank you. Come to this address tomorrow morning. I give the information to both of them and I say goodbye. Michael was the first to go back to his house, and I hope he's not in a bad mood tomorrow because of Lori's pressure. Whatever, I can't waste any more time. I focus on the next one. I hope to find him there, so I head into town. I'm on my way to the supermarket. It's still relatively early, so there are people around. I start looking around, but I don't see the guy from before. I walk a little further, but quickly notice the nearby houses across the street. There's some guy from before. There's a guy from before, the one who spoke sign language. I see him sitting alone reading something, so I approach him carefully. Oh, hey! Great introduction. It seems like I drink booze before speaking. I notice him look up and focus on me. Unlike Michael, he's just big, but not intimidating. At least I don't feel like he's piercing my soul with his stare. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the person from last time. I shared chocolate with you. He makes a gesture with his hands, gesturing until he forms the phrase, "Yes, of course I remember you," in sign language. Thanks to the prison classes for saving me once again. Oh, excellent. I own the cafe 2 blocks from here, and I'm looking for people to work with. I think you're pretty interesting, and your appearance fits what we're looking for. It's a horror-themed cafe, so to speak. He looks at himself. He seems a little confused. No, I didn't mean any harm. It's a good thing. I need people like you. Do you have any skills? He gestures again. I'm good at making coffee. What a curious coincidence. He doesn't seem offended. In fact, I think he might be interested. So I continue explaining. Well, I didn't expect that. But it's a nice surprise. Look, this is the job information. Come tomorrow as a trial day. He glances at the paper and looks at me. He moves his hand. I'll talk to my mom about it. Okay, I'll take that as a maybe. What's your name? He signs again. I'm Jason Voorhees. Jason. Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow at the cafe. You're more than welcome. I say goodbye to the big guy. He looks a bit surprised. He kept looking at the paper and then at me. I have only one person left. I don't know where he could be. Maybe in the last place I saw him. He's probably in that alley. Reminds me clearly of the way I met him. Okay, maybe it's not a good idea to do that. The guy concerned me with weird questions. But it's not like I have any other options, so I head back home with the intention of stopping by that place. I seem to have summoned him by thinking about it because I quickly find him leaning against a poster on the wall. I almost passed him by in the last minute change of mind. Oh, great. Leaving so soon? What is it today? My favorite horror series? Which one is it? I like The Mist. Stephen King, classic. But no, I saw what you were doing. It's kind of dangerous to have so many lunatics in one place, you know. Well, Jason and Michael don't seem... Wait, how do you know that? Have you been following me all day? He pulls out a camera and takes a photo of me. I feel a chill. Something tells me that he does this very gesture very often, without his photo subject noting it. All right, I'm out. I walk past him to continue walking. I knew this was an awful idea. Oh, come on, aren't you going to ask me if I want to work at your cafe? Sorry, I don't like stalkers. He's not willing to let me go so easy, apparently. He starts following me and walking beside me. Come on, I could help you. I know how to handle advertisements. Believe me, I'm great at getting attention. Not really, I haven't noticed you all day. Aw, thanks. Not a compliment. You want to work with me just to harass me more? He makes a maybe gesture with his hands. Shameless. Forget it. I don't even know your name. I'm Ghostface. That's not a name, that's a nickname. I'm so mean. But like, these are killers. I can be mean. It is my name. There's no other. I'm not gonna put that on a contract. Oh, is that what you need? Then call me Billy Masher. Mache? Billy Mache? Is it Billy Mache? What the fuck? What's the fuck is his last name? Mache? Mache? It's the ER. The fuck? Macher. Billy Macher. Billy Macher? Is it Macher? Billy Macher? Billy. It's just Billy, okay? It's just Billy. Is that your real name or a fake one? Look, I'll be honest with you, it's not. But I'm serious when I say that my name is really Ghostface. Listen carefully. Do you want to work for me? Well, you're not going to harass me anymore. I need someone focused on the job, not obsessing over random people they just met. He crosses his arms, looking from side to side. For a few minutes, he seems to think about it seriously. Finally, he reaches out his hand to seal the deal. Deal. I glance at him briefly, debating whether to accept it or not. But it's true. I really need someone in charge of social media. If he knows, I'm out of options. I also extend my hand and shake his. All right, come early tomorrow morning. Great, see you there, Sog. He makes excited gestures and says goodbye, but not before giving me an invasive slap on the back of my head. I let out a surprised gasp and go shout at him, but he's already moved away. I'm left with the insult at the tip of my tongue, my fist in the air as if I were fighting against the breeze. I will definitely regret this. As soon as he shows his mask at the cafe, he'll hear me, dumbass. I continue on my way home. I think those 5 will be more than enough. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. It doesn't look like a master plan to raise money, especially with such eccentric people. Freddy explicitly said he couldn't kill me in my dreams. Chucky's just annoying. I don't know anything about Michael or Jason, but something tells me that the two of them aren't exactly ordinary men. They have a strange aura. And Ghostface. There's not that much of a problem for me, but maybe I should have thought about Carrie. Oh, yeah. I care about Carrie so much. She didn't kill people. But it was out of revenge. Those people were assholes to Carrie. Well, she seemed calmed in the presence of those two. She told me she could take care of herself, but I'll be keeping an eye on her anyway. And I end up arriving at my apartment with my head still full of thoughts. I barely even realize I'm here already. I sigh, a little tired. It's already late. I walk towards the door and now I see that guy, the customer. I think his name was Ash. Oh yeah, the severed finger guy. The whiskey Americano. But if it isn't my favorite barista. Oh, it's you. Do you live here? No, I noticed the guy at your cafe and the others you were talking to throughout the day. And also stalking me? This is starting to become a recurring gig. Short answer, yes. Long answer, I noticed you were looking for them on purpose and I wanted to take care of you. I said I didn't want to lose my favorite barista. That's why I gave you the talisman. The what? Oh, right, the finger. Yeah, it's a saint's finger. Don't know which one, but the important thing is that it protects you from evil entities. Evil entities like Freddy? Yes, the dream demon is dangerous, but that will suffice for now. Wait, is that why you couldn't kill me last day in the dream? Yeah, exactly. You're starting to get it. Wow, well, I wouldn't believe you if it weren't for everything that I've seen today. Have you noticed the strange things that happen around here? I came to investigate to find out why so much evil is gathered in this place. And truth be told, you helped me a lot by doing this. Doing what? Putting some freaks to work for minimum wage? No, more than that. They'll be busy, and with your talisman, they'll do what you say in a certain way. They won't know it, but you'll be able to have your way with them. You won't tame them like a circus beast and force them to do what you tell them, but you can convince them, like you have a bonus on charisma, so to speak. So it's just a Dungeons and Dragons item? Yeah, amazing, right? This is too nerdy. This is too nerdy to be real. But I don't see what's wrong with them. Apart from Freddy, of course. Oh, you don't know it, but they are evil beings. At least all of them, except your neighbor. He was the only vessel for one. And most importantly, they are murderers to a greater or lesser extent. I'm surprised with what he's saying, but to be honest, a part of me isn't shocked because, well, I guess I expected it. But now I understand why I felt something was wrong. So you want me to keep an eye on a bunch of assassins? Don't worry, it's more about keeping them entertained. They're a bit old and honestly desperate to experience something new, but don't worry, if they try something, my team and I will help you. Your team? Yeah, some brats who helped me a while back with your friends, Jason and Freddy. The point is, I need you to be at the cafe. It'll help me investigate what's going on and maybe even stop more people from being killed. And who knows, maybe you'll even help them. Well, it's a strange request, but if I can help you at the same time, it's for the good of my cafe, it's a deal. Great! Keep my number if you need help with anything. Don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks for caring. find it a bit hard to thank him because I'm usually the one who has to look out for others. But it's nice that for once in my life, someone has my back. Even if the reason is because I served them the coffee they like. Don't worry, Sog, it's my duty. He left with a smile. I felt like I was in a movie. There was a part of me that wanted to get rid of this. It's too much pressure. I came to this place precisely with the intention of not getting into any more trouble. But there was something inside of my head that told me that I can do something important, something good. Something worth taking on as much responsibility for. I let out a sigh and feel exhaustion of all of a sudden. So I go up to my apartment and finally sleep. It's been such a weird day. Okay. Cool. So that was interesting. I like that. We somehow survived. And now we finished chapter 2. We figured out Ash's true intentions of investigating the serial killers. And now we have a severed finger that's a talisman that will allow us to stay alive, to convince them not to kill us. It's like a +1 charisma, as I see. But yeah, I hate Chucky. That's sick. That's really cool. I like that a lot.